Guys, I went on to get snacks, and my roommate and his friend had made a bunch of snacks, and they made flowers, like fried flowers in batter.
This looked like zucchini flowers. Are they zucchini flowers?
I have no idea what they were. They were these huge flowers. They were like orange.
Are you about to try cocaine?
They put, they put them in a batter. And
maybe you'll fall in love with someone.
They also put pea pods in a batter. I think he kind of looks like a shark, speaking of the Shark Week. And they made cookies.
All right, what's going on, guys? We're doing a Shark Attack video this week presented by moi, and I am drinking a tall boy tonight.
I'm Alex. I have the barefoot fruit scotto. It's mango. And I'm drunk.
You sound drunk, Alex. Curiosity, I'm watching you. I'm Kelsey. I pre-gamed with some vodka. And now I'm drinking my wine, my usual wine, and we have a guest star.
Hello over there. I'm Brandon, and I have a bottle of Moscato, which I have been enjoying.
I will be presenting the shark attacks, or the really famous ones that happened along the Jersey Shore, the New Jersey Shore, I should say, during the summer of 1916. Wait, how do I? No, I didn't want to do that. Damn it. How do I? Sorry, guys.
Change the slide.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it on here. Oh, there we go. Like the Jersey Shore shark attacks of 1916 were like, there were a series of them. There were 5 victims. 4 of them died. One of them did ended up surviving. It was only between like a certain amount of dates. It was actually July 1st to July 12th. And during this time, this one or a few other sharks went up along the coast, just pretty much like devoured people. Like not completely, but they just attacked them. They don't know the reasoning behind it. And they believe they know which types of sharks were best, or like what they believe the kind of sharks that went into it. What made it worse though is that these incidents occurred during a deadly summer heat wave, so everyone was at the beach. It was also during a polio epidemic that was crushing the United States at that point. A lot of people just went to the beach to get away from, or like they went to the resorts along the Jersey Shore, get away from the
Past pandemic, let's all go on vacation.
Wow, people really don't learn.
They've kind of debated the shark shark species since then. They've automatically assumed, a lot of people, that it was actually just a great white shark. The whole issue though is that one of the locations is very hard to get to because the water changes. It like it was in kind of like a creek area, so they've kind of assumed, many other people assumed, that at least that one was a bull shark. They were really much referred to as like man-eating sharks in like the local newspapers, and this like made national news. And this ended up changing scientific knowledge, really the fallout of this. And then Jaws happened. It was heavily based on this.
Yes, I read the book. The book isn't as
this
good as the
Nickelodeon
movie.
guy with a foot fetish?
What?
Who was it again? Go back, Carla.
Wait, can I go back? Oh, I did, yeah.
I can't read the purple against the green. What's it say?
No.
This is the
You're talking about
Nickelodeon guy
Schneider?
with a foot fetish.
No, that's
It's
like
Dan
Rob
Schneider.
Schneider.
Dan Schneider.
Oh yeah.
That's the Nickelodeon guy. I was like, why are you pointing at this dude? I don't know who that is. Should I know this person?
So the victims. So we got Charles Van Sant. Oh, all just so you guys know, the victims, I found different ages for them online. So I kind of posted what I believe, or what like I've seen like corroborating ages. Like I would go to different websites and they would all be, at least like for Charles, they would be like between 25 and 28. They were all like varying. So I'm just gonna kind of I'm gonna pray that these are right. They're probably not, but
then
yeah, they're like late 20s for Charles Van Sant.
ages.
Yeah, so Charles Van Sant was like late 20s, mid to late 20s. Charles Bruder, he was about 28. Lester Stillwell was the youngest, and he was 11. Stanley Fisher was 24, and Joseph Don, he's the one who survived, but he was attacked at the age of 12. You know, I gotta rep New Jersey, because we had this conversation a while ago with Kelsey, ripping on New Jersey here.
I'm here.
But I have my, of course, welcome to Central Jersey sign over here because Central Jersey does
So what?
exist.
What Jersey?
Yes.
Central Jersey, it exists.
Yes.
We're real.
Are you sure about that? I thought
Yeah,
that was
I'm
encrypted.
sure. Otherwise, I will mute your
That's my
ass.
joke. You shut up.
Ouch.
So the first attack happened in Beach Haven on July 1st. And then this shark ended up kind of creeping up the coast and then ended up in Spring Lake in July 6th. Obviously, we don't know if it's the same shark or not. I'm not, an expert on those kind of like activities or whatever that they do. You can kind of see that it was very closely connected. It's right near Asbury Park, Spring Lake, and then it kind of went around Sandy Hook, and then ended up in Matawan, which is right near Keyport. So it kind of went inland. There's like a little like creek or something over here where it went in. So Charles was in Beach Haven, Spring Lake was Charles Bruder, but Charles Van Sant, this was a Saturday, and he was in a resort town established. This was like a resort town, and it was established on Long Beach Island off the southern coast of New Jersey. So he was on vacation at the hotel with his family, and then before dinner he decided to just take a quick swim in the Atlantic. He ended up going with his Chesapeake Bay retriever that was playing on the beach. Shortly after entering the water, he began to shout. Bathers believed that he was calling to his dog, but a shark was actually biting his legs off, and he was
Don't you
rescued
hate
by.
it when people think you're calling for your dog and you're actually getting eaten alive?
You're actually losing your legs.
But I would think that they would know a blood curdling scream compared to like, oh, let me just call my dog over.
I know,
Also, like, I would assume if he wasn't just like screaming like nonsense, it would be like help versus like Fido.
But he ended up was rescued by a lifeguard, Alexander Ott, and bystander Sheridan Taylor, who claimed the shark followed him to shore as they pulled the bleeding Van Sant from the water. And his left leg was completely stripped of its flesh, and he bled to death on the manager's desk at the hotel. Yeah, that was a pretty hard one. So like despite this attack, they kind of just like kept the Jersey Shore open because it's like, oh, that's just one random attack, it's
sounds a lot like the book and the movie.
yeah, it's like, it is what it is. One person died, it's not the worst thing. Also, you don't want to lose that kind of revenue, especially when you're in the middle of like an epidemic like polio and you're having like some
This is
really
literally
yeah. So it's literally just COVID again. So sightings of large sharks swimming off the coast of New Jersey were reported by sea captains entering the ports of Newark and New York City, but like they were just dismissed. They were like, oh yeah, whatever, it's fine. The second major attack happened on a Thursday, which is July 6th. And it was in Spring Lake, but it's also like about 45 miles north. The victim, he was a bell captain at the Essex and Sussex hotel, and he was swimming. I don't know why he would do this, but he was 130 yards or 120 meters from shore. So he was like really far out there. And that's like nowadays they tell you don't go out there unless you're an experienced swimmer, and even then they're just like just don't go out there because sharks can come very inland. The shark bit him in the abdomen and severed his legs. Bruder's blood turned the water red, and after hearing screams, a woman notified 2 lifeguards that a canoe with a red hull had capsized and was floating just above just at like the water surface. And they went out there, and then they had realized he'd been bitten by a shark, and they pulled him from the water, but he like bled to death on the way to back to the shore. The next 2 major attacks happened. This one's like kind of like the most notorious, I believe, just because of like how the shark got in there. It's a creek, and I'll show that to you in a little bit. It was right near the town of Keyport, and it happened on a Wednesday, and it was 30 miles north of Spring Lake. So another 30 on top of that 45. It's just kind of like a regular town, and these 2 boys went out to go swim, and they were just like playing, and they were off the Wyckoff dock that they saw. Well, when they were in the water, a dorsal fin appeared, and the boys realized it was a shark. Stillwell, before he could like climb from the creek, the shark pulled him underwater. And then like the rest of the boys like ran to town for help, and like a bunch of people came, including a businessman named Watson Fisher. And he ended up trying to save the boy, but he ended up getting killed himself by that same shark. He was bitten by the shark in front of the townspeople, losing Stillwell in the process. His right thigh was severely injured, and he bled to death at Monmouth Memorial Hospital. And the fifth and final victim is the one who survived. Now it says 14. He's not 12 apparently. This is where I'm getting like the ages all fucked up. He was attacked a half mile from the Wyckoff dock, nearly like 30 minutes from the fatal attacks where like Stillwell and Fisher happened. It's not fucking doing it again. God damn it. Oh, here we go.
I know that name. Madeline.
But yeah, they have kind of like
Wait,
an animal.
they happened in a creek?
Yeah, they happened in a creek.
The shark attacks?
Yeah, so this is why they're kind of confused about what kind of shark would go in. Like they originally assumed it was a great white for many years. The whole thing is that I think it's like you would know this more than I would, but I heard by watching like some Shark Week episodes, there's like a difference in the water, and there are not. It's like kind of like brackish water where it changes, so there are not many sharks that can go up it. And I think the bull shark is like one of the only sharks that's extremely aggressive at times. That's like the only one that can actually go up there. That's why they believe at least these two that were killed in there were attacked by a bull shark, not a great white.
Yeah, definitely. Great whites are not in like estuaries.
This could have also, I mean, this could have just been like literally like Jaws, where it was just like a lone wolf shark that just kept attacking everything in sight. But I mean, that's extremely rare, and they're more scared of us than like we are of them, I think, or about the same.
The bull shark makes more sense. I don't remember what their habitat is if they come up into creeks, but I know they're very aggressive. For the ocean, going into an area that you don't normally go in, if it's a different salinity, like you would just die. An oceanic shark can't just end up in a creek, like it would die.
I go to this area a lot, and it's very still water, and you would never think that a freaking shark would be in there. And like the boys would constantly play over there. That's what I've read online. So it was just like completely out of the blue when like they were just randomly attacked. And I think this is where like the huge national like news came into it. So here's the Philadelphia Inquirer. So they pretty much had like kind of witch hunts, but for sharks. And like they blamed, one of them was blamed on this shark that they caught off the coast somewhere. I can't remember where, but they blamed this female shark, and they just said, oh, it's a man-eating species. Like this is where sharks really got their bad reputation. And then pictured on the bottom left-hand corner is Lester Stillwell and the other guy, Watson, I think his name was. Here's some women. They're just out there, you know, shooting. Looking for some sharks out in the Madeline Creek back when back when, you know, during this time. And then there are some men like in boats too looking around, but they are just like totally ready like to kill some people.
I'm just imagining a guy like seeing something moving in the water and like throws a dynamite stick, and it's just like a muskrat or something like that.
Oh, and I just need to put this in here. Yeah, New Jersey has pretty much the best of everything. We also have the best shark attacks.
I'm sorry, best cheesesteaks.
Hell
Fuck
yeah.
Fuck off.
This is from the New Jersey government Twitter page. I mean, you can't even get more accurate than that.
We also, New Jersey, along with the best shark attacks, we also had, like I said, the first well-preserved dinosaur fossil. So that's another thing we got going for us.
Plus, we got Bruce Springsteen, and we also have Whitney Houston.
Schools, I'm sorry, I tutored at a New Jersey college, and y'all did not come from the best public schools.
Oh no, schools that we could take that right off the list. That's fine.
Like she
It's the Garden State.
would be like second to PA, but like pretty good. What?
She wrote "You Grow Cornier." We have the best tomatoes. Nothing is better.
We have a decent amount of farmland in New Jersey as well.
I live across the street of a 42-acre farm.
I know you do, but like corn specifically, I thought most corn in America was grown on the West Coast.
That's heartless corn that's grown with like those giant monoculture fields. That's corn not grown with passion and dedication in a cute little farmstead.
You know, you got to do the little Italian with it.
You are the Texas of the East Coast.
This was something that happened when I was with Kelsey the past few days. We were like hanging out, and I think I was starting to like get tired, like kind of drift off. And like I remember reading a post recently that was said someone commented, "Why don't we all gang up on New Jersey?" And while thinking about this, while lying down, I said it in my mind, but I also unintentionally said it aloud. I said, "And New Jersey could take on all of you."
It's so true. We flipped tables for fun. Did I ever tell you guys? I think I told Alex and Kelsey about this, but it's my shark encounter.
No, I've only seen like bigger wild sharks a few times. Tell me.
So I thought I should put this in for my Shark Week episode. So my friend and I were out, at a really nice beach. It was one of the more expensive ones. It was like a Thursday or like a Friday afternoon. It was like right after school we went. This was back in high school. We were out to like our necks, like shoulder neck deep, and I'm like 5'10" and he's like 6'1". All of a sudden there's like a crowd forming on the beach and it's like right near us and they're kind of just like looking out towards us. And I was like, I think we should go in. I think something's happening. And he was like, nah, we'll be fine. A few minutes pass, like crowd gets bigger. And I'm like, no, I think we should go in. And he's like, no, we'll be fine. It is what it is. And there's like little kids playing out near us and stuff. And then I finally convince him we need to go in. And then when we go in, I just go up to a random woman like within the crowd, and I'm just like, "Hey, what's going on?" And she's like, "Oh, there's a shark out by you guys." And we were like, "What?" And apparently there was like shark sightings all along the shore that day. But like it came right up, like they saw it too. I don't think they saw the dorsal fin, but they saw like the shadow of it in the body. And it came like up closer to the shore than we were.
I don't even like think sharks are that spooky and that would still like freak me out. Like
I understand like you shouldn't just like say shark, but it's like what if like you have kids? Like there was like 4 and 5-year-olds right near us.
I feel like you should like inform someone or like the lifeguards should like pull people in.
just like
Yeah.
get them to
I'm
start
not a
blowing their
beach
whistles.
lifeguard, so I don't know the rule on that. But like, I feel like if
The
I was
lifeguard
a
was a
lifeguard, I
little
would want it.
down, but you would think that they would see a freaking crowd forming.
But I feel like if I was a lifeguard, I would want to like inform them and like, or at least like, or like tell them to move in. I don't know the full procedure on that, but at a minimum, inform.
That's my presentation, guys.
I like this one. I like this one a lot.
Thanks, guys, so much for coming on to our podcast. Kelsey doesn't kill you. A shark may. I really pray that doesn't happen, but she may use one.
Maybe she'll
So
control the ocean.
you may want to subscribe, but otherwise have a great night and I hope everyone sleeps well. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.